Club Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go nowhere. She just got a weight set.
The number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job.
I don't want to don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the shit out of you when I see you.
DL Hughley just joined the chat and he's spilling some major tea about how
DL Hughley just jumped into the convo and dropped some serious heat. He's throwing shade at Shannon Sharpe, claiming he sold his soul to the industry big dogs, and now it's payback time. But DL ain't the only one chirping about this. Word on the streets is Shannon's in deep trouble, and the drama, it's piling up fast. People are saying he's next on the chopping block. The whispers are getting louder. Shannon allegedly made some behind-the-scenes promises to powerful insiders to climb his way up. But let's be real. When it comes to the entertainment game, nothing comes for free. Now, those same insiders are calling in their favors, and it looks like Shannon's in way over his head. And yo, this might just be the tip of the iceberg. Insiders are talking, and they say a whole group of women is gearing up to take legal action against Shannon. The lawsuits, apparently, they're wild, and if what's being said is even halfway true, this is about to blow up in a major way. So what does DL Hughley really know? Is Shannon actually being blackmailed? Things are moving fast, and it sounds like DL's been trying to warn him for a minute. DL's been calling Shannon out for a long time, claiming he switched up, turned his back on folks, and started hanging with some real sketchy characters. Shannon didn't listen though. And now that all the lawsuits and scandalous headlines are flooding social media, DL wasted no time dragging him straight through the mud. He went off on Twitter saying Shannon should be glad he's not the one interviewing him on Club Shay, cause it wouldn't be pretty. Some of Shannon's fans thought DL was doing too much, taking shots while the man's already drowning in allegations. But let's be real. DL's been on this wave for a while now. He's been pressing Shannon for years, calling him out for turning Club Shay into a trap where black men get picked apart just for entertainment. DL even called Shannon Wendy Williams with a weight set, claiming the show cares more about viral clips than facts. According to DL, Shannon's been using his platform to take down people he's got issues with. To make it even messier, DL didn't just start saying this yesterday. He was on Vlad TV last year dragging Shannon, saying there's no way he'd ever step foot on Club Shay. Why? Because Shannon lets guests bring all kinds of drama and mess into the spotlight, and DL wants no part of it. This saga's heating up fast, and it sounds like the skeletons in the closet are just getting started to fall out. So Katt Williams didn't throw any shade directly at DL Hughley, but that didn't stop DL from dragging both Katt and Shannon over their wild interview. What's crazy is, in that same sit-down, Katt low-key tried to warn Shannon about the kind of folks he was rolling with. Some people thought Katt was just clowning when he said Shannon had a strange loyalty to losers, but turns out he was dead serious. A lot of folks missed the real tea in that convo. Katt was dropping hints about Shannon's shady connections with high-level industry power players, the kind of people who pull the strings behind the scenes. Katt made it crystal clear. He thinks Shannon sold himself out for fame. If you watch closely, Katt kept warning about what happens when you sell your soul to the devil. And he wasn't talking about no pitchfork demon. He meant the industry gatekeepers. Katt even name-dropped Kevin Hart, saying Kevin came in with deals already locked in, like everything was pre-arranged. He called out others too, stressing that once you sell out, you become a puppet, dancing for whoever holds the strings. Katt was basically trying to tell Shannon, once you give it up, you're trapped forever. But that's not all. People now believe Katt may have known more than he let on. He even warned Shannon about his, let's just say, unusual preferences, especially when it came to his relationships and personal life. And now that everything's blowing up, folks are saying Katt might have been predicting the mess to come. If Shannon had actually listened to all the red flags, maybe he wouldn't be tangled up in this $50 million lawsuit. That's right. He's being sued by a woman named Gabriella Zuniga, also known as Gabby, and the accusations, straight up explosive. According to the lawsuit, Gabby claims Shannon was controlling, manipulative, and violent. She says things went left after the whole Instagram Live fiasco last year. When she tried to end things, he allegedly lost it and assaulted her at her place. Then in January, she claims it happened again, saying Shannon manipulated her into letting him come over, and once there, refused protection and forced himself on her in ways she didn't agree to. Here's where it gets even more disturbing. Gabby was reportedly just 19 when they started dating, and Shannon, well into his 50s. That age gap alone has people raising eyebrows, but it doesn't stop there. Apparently, their relationship involved race play and BDMS, and we only found out because Shannon's own lawyer leaked some of their private texts. The messages were graphic. One said something like, "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it." Another said, $25,000 for each cheek, followed by some wild fantasies that had folks shook. In one of the texts, Gabby even said things like, "I want you to put a big black baby in me," and called Shannon daddy. It was clear Shannon's legal team posted these to show the relationship was mutual, but it sparked a whole new wave of controversy online. In response to the lawsuit, Shannon's lawyer clapped back hard. He said the whole thing was nothing more than a greedy cash grab. His exact words: "The lawsuit was a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions. They're claiming it's full of lies and straight up distortions. Shannon is denying everything, especially the serious accusations of assault. He says he's not bowing to what he calls an outrageous setup and plans to fight it all the way in court. He's standing by his version of the truth and gearing up for a legal war." Shannon says he's ready to clear his name and prove everything through the legal system, but he's not backing down quietly. He called the lawsuit straight up extortion, claiming Gabby and her lawyer Tony Busby are just trying to cash in on a big payday, and he's not about to let them get away with it. But here's where things get real messy. Shannon revealed that Gabby and Busby are allegedly planning to leak a 32-second clip from an explicit video to make him look violent. He says the footage was chopped up on purpose to paint him in the worst light possible. According to him, the full video is over 10 minutes long and tells a completely different story. Shannon even dared them to release the unedited version if they really want the truth out there. And guess what? This just added fuel to a growing theory that's been buzzing around the industry for years. Some of these gatekeepers allegedly collect blackmail material on celebs who made shady deals to climb the ranks. The kind of receipts that could destroy reputations. Explicit photos, videos, you name it. The rumor mill has been pointing fingers at folks like Diddy for keeping freak-off tapes in private vaults, secret recordings of big names doing wild, sometimes illegal stuff that would end careers instantly if it ever leaked. And word is, Diddy wasn't the only one stacking up dirt on people. With that in mind, fans started connecting dots. What if Shannon is being targeted by the same behind-the-scenes forces? Now, some folks are pushing a new theory that this whole lawsuit might be a setup, a hit job from the higher-ups Shannon once made deals with. They say Gabby's case could just be the face of something way deeper, a calculated move to make Shannon pay up or fall in line, and it gets even sketchier when you look at the timing. Right before this scandal popped off, Shannon was about to lock down the bag. A massive $100 million podcast deal was in the works. After ending his run with Colin Cowherd's The Volume Podcast Network, Shannon was getting offers left and right from major companies trying to sign him. Everybody wanted a piece of the Club Shay brand. Makes sense. His podcast has nearly 4 million subscribers and even set the record for the most watched podcast episode on all of YouTube. This next deal was going to launch him into a whole new league, on track to become one of the top media moguls after already killing it in both football and TV. So let's be real. How wild is it that all this legal drama hit right before Shannon was about to level up? Fans are side-eyeing the timing hard. A lot of people think this wasn't just some coincidence. It feels too targeted, too planned. It's like someone knew about Shannon's next big move before the rest of the world did, and decided to flip the script before he could sign that deal. And it gets even deeper. Some kind of audio, maybe video, maybe photos. Something real damning might be out there that shows Shannon caught in the act. And to keep it 100, based on the receipts that have already dropped, it's not looking too good for him right now. There are 2 audio clips making the rounds, and in both, Shannon pretty much puts himself in the hot seat. In one of them, he and Gabby are going back and forth, and you can hear him threatening to choke her out after she tells him she doesn't want that. His response, "You don't have a choice." That line alone got the internet in a chokehold. Gabby's lawyer, Tony Busby, claims that's just the beginning. He says they've got way more recordings stashed, ready to be released if necessary. So now people are asking, if she's got all this heat, Why didn't she just take the $10 million deal Shannon reportedly offered her? Well, here's where it gets even messier. A new theory is floating around that maybe Gabby wanted to take that deal, but someone powerful told her not to. Word is, there might be bigger forces behind the scenes pushing her to bleed Shannon dry and keep this lawsuit going for as long as possible. And let's talk numbers. $50 million is a massive ask. Based on what's been revealed, folks are wondering what made her ask for such a high amount. Some believe she got wind of how valuable Shannon's brand really is, and others say this whole thing was never just about her, it's about bringing him down. Even Mace and Cameron weighed in on the whole situation on their podcast, and Mace dropped something wild. He said Shannon wouldn't have offered her $10 million unless he knew he messed up somehow. But then he hinted that Gabby might be getting coached or even managed by someone shady, suggesting maybe a pimp-type figure told her to skip the settlement and go all the way with the case. Now, maybe Mace was just being Mace, but the idea stuck with people. And then, boom, ESPN pulled the trigger. The moment this lawsuit started going viral, they reportedly told Shannon to step aside from his duties. Insiders are now saying they're already working behind closed doors to replace him. And what's really got folks talking is that even Stephen A. Smith, who usually rides hard for his people, seems to be putting some distance between himself and Shannon. Let's be honest, something ain't adding up here. Either the receipts are so damaging that nobody wants to be associated with Shannon once they drop, or someone high up is pulling strings to take him out of the game completely. So, what do you think? Is Shannon getting played by the system, or is all this just karma coming back around? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. And if you're into these wild Hollywood twists and industry drama, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss the next jaw-dropping update. Then go watch this next video. It's even crazier.